Hi guys. Okay, welcome to another tarot reading. Excuse me the constant changing of backgrounds, but I finally dragged the table back into the kitchen, so I'm gonna be in the kitchen from now on. But yeah, okay, today I thought like, what's the best tarot reading we can do? And I was like, okay, the energies are super high. We might as well look into what is gonna be your 2026, because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of manifestations popping in left and right, as well as synchronicities about like stuff from next year. Where I watch, the only YouTube channel for tarot is Natija. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. And let me tell you, the confirmation that I got last night was insane, where literally she said my name in the tarot reading, and I was like, oof. So at this point I think like we just need to do a 2026 preview, right? So what's happening for my collective in 2026? Also, please, can we, the skin is skinning. Like, yeah, I'm in like my winning streak, and I feel like my collective is too, because you are part of my reality, right? The best way to start this reading is with a 10 of Swords. Whatever happened this year that made you feel like 2025 was a shit year, it was not what I expected or what I was hoping for. It was, let me check, sometimes it turns off, where, you know, I'm hearing also like 2025 was still about so much healing for you, where you thought, you were hoping for 2025 to be easy breezy, let's just go with it, right? But it wasn't. It still felt lesson after lesson after lesson, cycle breaking constantly. It's coming to an end. Spirit is literally saying 2026 is your whole reward year for what you've, I'm hearing like between 2024, no, actually it depends on like who's watching this, but the years 2023 and 2024 and 2025 were, you had to get your shit together, you had to do the inner work, the shadow work, whatever it is, purge on all those things, like get everything out of the system that is no longer working for you. Death at the bottom of the deck. Sorry. I'm so excited for you guys. Oh my god. This is what I said when and I just keep repeating and saying like 2026 can only be good. King of Wands. Okay, so this is the energy that you need to start off with for 2026. The leadership energy, the visionary. I see you all working on your bucket list goals, your vision boards and all that, the rebranding, a bunch of TikTok videos today that popped up on my For You page, which were all about like 2026 is the rebrand year, which makes sense because it's the year 1 in numerology. So we all want that freshness, we want that new version of ourselves. But I'm hearing, don't make it only a vision, but execute the plan this year too. It's not only about dreaming, it's about doing. The one Pinterest quote that I have on my Pinterest for the new 2026 vision board is, I can and I will. That should be your motto too for next year. Four of Cups. A complete new inner state and peace of mind, where I'm seeing the Spirit is very funny today, where the meme got showed where the dog is sitting at the table and is, everything around him is burning, and it says in like the little saying bubble or like speaking bubble, this is fine. That's your energy. No matter like how your circumstances may seem bad, you're not gonna let it bring you down, make you spiral, whatever it is that you would usually react. This new version of you clocks it and says, I do not like that, I do not accept that, we're gonna change it. Because you're that leader, you're that visionary. I'm seeing like very heavy Aries placements, especially fourth house placements, if you're which makes sense because I have those two, where it's just the passion is burning so strong next year, where it's just like, it's not just like the dreams, it's what fuels your actions next year is what I'm hearing. Okay, we have here the Lovers. Next year is all about different choices, and I don't think the camera's gonna focus with where I'm placed at this hour of the day. But yeah, it's all about making new choices, where since you're a different person, you have to make new choices, right? Could be for some of you also big love coming in next year. I'm hearing for some of you, those two that have been praying for your soulmate, next year it's gonna happen. Next year nothing can kind of derail it, basically. The Page of Swords. Okay, the way you think is so different next year, where your communication is more open. I just saw the image of your throat chakra super open, so you're gonna be expressing yourself, not hiding your truth. Next year is all about being authentic and unapologetically you, no matter who it triggers, no matter who it pisses off, no matter who gets envious or jealous. Next year is all about living for yourself. Again, well, this is not a quote from Pinterest. It's actually what my ChatGPT said for me for like my rebrand, when I said like, this is the vibe I want to go for. The quote, oh, let me make sure I don't mess it up while it's loading. I'm just gonna be pulling a couple of more cards. The internet's a little bit slow today, between like my computer lagging a little bit, and I feel like that could be another sign where you feel like right now it's just like everything is kind of like moving fast, but also at the same time slow, where you're like two different currents, and it's just because the energies are aligning differently. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse here, and then this card peeking out, which is the Chariot. So it might feel like weird right now with the uncertainty, where you're like, I don't know what's happening next year, but this is where you need to remind yourself that it doesn't matter if you don't know what's happening next year, if you're going into the unknown, because you're the one that decides what's gonna go down. What is the vibe that we're in for? What are things that you're gonna be manifesting? That's why like the goal list is so important. It's your vision, but also like after that, for some things it is necessary, like you write it down once and then it manifests instantly on your own. But certain things need a little bit more of a push. So you need to figure out like, what am I going to do? Am I going to be scripting? And am I going to be doing EFT tapping? Am I going to be what is it, the other one? Oh, saturation sessions, my favorite method. How did I forget that? But I think like that's why, like for example, you can have very big goals on your vision board and your bucket list in general. What Spirit is saying, like, take control of it, that you achieve it, and not just say, oh, hopefully one day, and then it takes 10 years when you actually would like it right now. I'm also hearing like, don't leave it up to divine timing. There's no divine timing. You're the one that decides when is the timing right. Okay, let me see the quote again. What was it? Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, here it is. Every day feels like a love letter to myself. That is also one quote that is going to be reflecting back to you for 2026. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple of more cards and then I'll go into the Oracle decks. What else is happening for 2026 for the collective? We have the Emperor. Okay, interesting. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is freedom and letting go. So this basically, these two together is like you're taking back your authority on your life. Like I said, don't wait too much on like things to align. Sometimes you need to make things happen for yourself. Big example that I can give is for this year, I really wanted brand deals, and I was for basically until like I think it was August or something, like kind of like hoping, waiting, yes, affirming that they would reach out to me, right? But I had like quite a smaller number of subscribers, and in my mind it didn't really like make always sense that they would reach out to me about like how will they find me. At the end of the day, the things that will or have to move for you will move. But here's the thing, I then consider the opportunity of like reaching out to them and see like who will agree, like putting myself out there, putting myself be seen, because sometimes the algorithm, yeah, will show a bigger account than my little account, right? So does that mean the competition is bigger? No, but like if I can make the shortcut about like putting myself out there by email and be picked, I'm gonna do that. I could have gotten so many more brand deals if I would have sometimes allowed myself a shortcut. And that's what I'm hearing for you guys too. Sometimes you need to do things a little bit differently. You have to follow your own rules, you have to make your own rules. Ooh, we have the Five of Swords at the bottom. So this is basically literally saying like, don't let other people telling you that it should be going a certain way when it does not have to be that way. Star card. Next year is going to be feeling very rejuvenating for you. I'm hearing like literally because you're living finally and not healing constantly and feeling like it's one thing after the other. It will feel very freeing. It will feel very rewarding, I guess, where it literally helps you rejuvenate. We have the Seven of Cups and then the Judgment. A big awakening towards your dreams. I think, as I hearing, like you are finally allowing yourself to dream bigger. You're not keeping yourself small anymore. And maybe in the beginning of the year, it could be that you're still like starting out a little bit small, which is okay. But I'm hearing gaining more confidence through as the days or weeks pass. So maybe for the people here that have not dabbled a lot into manifestation, we're going to start out with smaller things to build the trust, build the faith and strength basically into it. I mean, when I started manifesting, like the level that I am right now, when I got into manifesting back in 2021, if she would see me right now, how quickly I'm manifesting and how many things in just one day, she's shook. But it took me a while to get there, because most of the time I was standing in my own way, because I thought it wasn't possible for me. So I'm hearing for you, maybe if in the beginning of the year it takes a little bit while to get comfortable with like even your small dreams, break them down. What's like a tiny little goal that you can achieve of that big one that makes it feel a little bit more comfortable and expands your comfort zone. If you look at your vision board and you see other people's vision boards and have so much bigger dreams, you know what? It's okay. You can always do a second vision board halfway through the year. Especially if you already, because I feel like by having a little bit smaller goals, You're building that trust in yourself, and if it helps you achieve those quicker, then there's nothing wrong by that. It's just like building the trust in yourself that you can achieve those dreams. I think is the most important main core message there, where you achieve them, then you can go on to the next goal and the next one and the next one. Obviously still celebrate the little goals in between. Don't feel like you're chasing one thing after the other because of the validation it gives you in that moment. But all I'm hearing especially is like build the trust about like achieving those dreams. Okay, let's see. What do the fairies have to say? Oh my god, this card is literally what I was just talking about. I hope it doesn't reflect too much. Where it literally says, kind of like prove to yourself, like very loosely translated, that you can actually make it. And that it's, you know, no goal is basically too big for you. But even then, you need to prove to yourself. Because how are you gonna have the trust of like, I don't know, just came to my mind, like having 100,000 subscribers on any platform, or having a 6-figure number in your bank account? When for some people it's too unrealistic, and doesn't mean that it has to apply for some or like everyone, but maybe for them it helps a little bit to work their way up. For other people it's super easy being like, oh yeah, that number, and then boom, you know. Everyone works differently. You need to figure out what is your formula, basically. The old says goodbye, and then the new says hello. So again, yeah, next year is going to be all about new experiences. And then your wish is within reach. I love that all of them have wings, so comment down below either a butterfly or some angel wings, or like wings. I don't know what the exact emoji is for like the wings thing, but yeah, claim it as your year. Claim it very boldly is what I'm hearing. Declare it that next year is gonna be such a good year. And I'm hearing like affirm ahead already, you know, we're literally in December. Start the stepping stone foundation should be strong for when we then boom, pop the cork in, like literally at midnight. Okay, so this one is very interesting. And wings again, like that is such a huge synchronicity, which tells me next year you feel like you're gonna be flying through life. And here's the thing. Yes, it's a fairy deck, but not all of them have like bluish or greenish, because like the colors is what's getting me. They all have like bluish wings, right? Yeah. So I feel like your throat chakra next year is gonna be like super strong. But anyways, as I was saying, ask for what you want to receive. And this is for those that pray to an outside being out them. Yes, but don't, okay, how can I explain this very sensitive? Don't put it in a waiting zone, or like don't, because a lot of the mistakes that a lot of people make is praying to the universe or to God, whatever you worship, for you to bring certain things. But then, mindset-wise, you don't align with what it is that you want to experience. And then they're constantly, well, where is it, God? I've been praying for so long. Where is it, universe? You haven't given it to me yet. You manifest for money, but you don't work on your money mentality. You don't think in your favor. You don't think like someone that already has that money. So it's still up to you, right? I personally subscribe to the belief that I give myself everything. It's not in being outside, because that's just me. Not everyone has to agree with it, but if you do make it like that, I don't want you to put all the pressure on this force outside of you unless you fully stick to the story that it happens this way. Because this is one thing that I observe is a lot of people, especially I have it with my own family, where my grandmother like prays for money to God, but then her money mentality is not aligned with what she's asking for, and then she's like a little bit kind of like resentful towards God a little bit, and that's not the point, right? So before you get like annoyed by like, where is it? Check yourself. Have you been thinking in your favor? Have you had aligned thoughts? Did you think against money or negatively around money? This applies to any topic. Okay, let me ask the high priestesses what they have to say. Okay, we have here, you bring the light of love back into our world. So make sure that no one literally dims your light next year. When I said this is the year to be unapologetically yourself, it's because it's your superpower. Awaken the priestess of Avalon within you. So maybe this was you in a past life. And it's kind of like reminding you that you have the power. Literally, you're the one that directs everything in this life. Again, someone really here, I don't know what place Avalon is, but someone here in this reading is, that was you in a past life. You have still that residual energy there. Because again, you're a priestess of Avalon, and the magic of water is within you. I don't know what this means for whoever is watching this, but apparently this is something that you need to hear. Let me know in the comment section with who it resonates. I want to see who that person is. We have someone very powerful here, apparently. Someone that I always felt a little bit like an outsider in this world. Because still a big part of you is still like that high priestess version is still accompanying you in this lifetime, guiding you a little bit. What else do the high priestess have to say? I feel like one more card. Water again. You could be a water sign. You could be someone that always feels very drawn to water or feels comfortable around water. It's like your safe place. You could be living near a beach. I'm hearing you could be someone that lives near the coast. Could be someone that literally when your mother gave birth to you, it was a water birth. That's why you feel so connected to water, which was very specific. Yeah, exactly. Connect with the element of water. Your emotions and feelings are a little bit out of balance. Very interesting. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. It helps push the videos out to anyone who needs to hear this message and helps this channel grow. I wish you a very happy 2026, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.